What is up guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we just looking at the top news stories and rumors you need to know, including, Chelsea Green pitched to join the Fiend Bray Wyatt and Alexa Bliss to complete creepy group, Tessa Blanchard and husband Daga heading to AEW, Roman Reigns' new theme story, and Daniel Bryan forced to leave WWE SmackDown after loss to Roman Reigns, and much more. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily news videos. Boom. Former WWE superstar Chelsea Green has revealed she wanted to join the Fiend, Bray Wyatt and Alexa Bliss as part of their Sinister group. The 30-year-old wrestler, who was released from the company earlier this month, along with the likes of Samoa Joe and IIconics duo Billie and Peyton Royce, has opened up on the kind of storylines she pitched to play on the hot mess persona she honed before signing with the company in 2018. She exclusively told Metro that she was trying to looking out a way to incorporate myself into that group, because I felt like that was such an extension of the hot mess in so many different way. I felt the hot mess could fit in perfectly there. Then also, I do feel like that group, they're so strong the two of them, but they're almost missing that third person that can jump over to the women's division. Alexa's the puppeteer, the Fiend's the men's side, so why they can't have a woman to take over to the women's division and then they're taking over the entire show? Or then Alexa has a tag partner, there's just so many different ways to spin it. Lily is so creepy and I love it, and I just imagined myself with that hair, with that dress, with that makeup. I just could picture it the minute I saw. Although Chelsea, who has revealed, she once had a 30-minute meeting with WWE boss Vince McMahon, where he told her to talk him through her ideas, was immediately hooked by Alexa's doll friend Lily. She also wanted to play Bray's longtime enigmatic partner of sorts, Sister Abigail. There were also other ideas, including being the Daisy Duke for Steve Cutler and Wesley Blake, and even joining up with Peyton and Billie with a typically creepy twist. I wanted to be a Triconic at one point, she added. Turn the Iconics into the Triconics, and turn into the hot mess on them, try to make them feud. And eventually they would come back and turn it around on me. I had so many ideas. Chelsea admitted while she loves embracing her sexuality, she enjoys the contrast that comes with playing darker character. I love playing into my sexuality, I love being sexy and showing off what I worked so hard for, she said, before getting into her favorite persona to portray in the ring, or on screen. Those kinda characters, the ones with a side of creepiness or a backstory that you just can't deny, that's just what I fall in love with. I love different characters and I love something unexpected. I love that people might see me in a bikini on Instagram and think that I don't have anything else to me, but then see me wrestle and see that I actually don't care that I looked stupid, or don't care that I come off as a creep. I love that, I love unexpected characters. 2 weeks after WWE announced their recent releases, Chelsea is now looking to the future, with the first episode of her new podcast 50 Shades of Green already out in the world. Boom. Tessa Blanchard and her husband Daga were reportedly on their way to AEW. Scoops are reporting that the pair have been in negotiations with Tony Khan's company for over a month, with a source close to the situation even admitting that it's all but a formality until they're signed. It's been widely reported over the last year that the former Impact World Champion could be heading to the likes of AEW or WWE in the near future, as she is regarded as arguably the top female talent currently on the free agent market. Her time in the industry has not been without controversy, however, with allegations of the star being hard to work with, and racism being made against her by various other wrestlers. Though she has since denied these claims. It's worth noting that AEW have also talked about the concept of using these legitimate prior issues on TV, giving her character a redemption arc in the process. Tully Blanchard, Tessa's father, is currently signed to AEW, lining up alongside the rest of MJF's pinnacle at this moment in time. Daga, who has been wrestling for Mexico's Lucha Libre AAA company recently, also vacated the AAA Latin American Championship this past week. Another sign that the pair could be moving onto pastures new in the not-too-distant future. Boom! Fans have been clamoring for a new entrance song for Roman Reigns since his heel turn at SummerSlam last year. WWE finally delivered Friday night. Reigns debuted a new theme and entrance Friday night on SmackDown ahead of his Universal Championship match against Daniel Bryan. Objectively and thematically, this theme rules. It sounds straight out of a Gears of War commercial and makes the head of the table feel larger than life, fitting with his character's above it all attitude. Reigns previously spoke to Bleacher Report's Graham Matthews and said the new theme has been in the works for months. "We're working on it," Reigns said. "It's not easy because I'm not going to, with this character, it has to be the right vibe. We can't just hire a rapper and check out this guitar riff. It can't be some rock music. The Shield music, I wasn't even really into it back in the day, but over the years, it just started working. You get so used to it that I just time my pace to it. But yeah, it takes some time and it has to be right. In order to move away from something you've had for so long and is so recognizable like the music that I have now, it's got to be perfect. It's taking some time, but we're definitely working on it, so please be patient." While it may have taken longer than anyone hoped, suffice it to say Reigns and WWE made it worth the wait. Boom! WWE SmackDown made its debut 22 years ago on April 29, 1999. In these 22 years, SmackDown has given fans some of the most memorable moments in WWE history. One such memorable moment came last night when Daniel Bryan fell short to Roman Reigns, forcing him to leave SmackDown. Last week on SmackDown, Roman Reigns granted another Universal Championship shot to Daniel Bryan this week. However, he added a stipulation that if Bryan was to lose, he would leave SmackDown forever. And guess what? Bryan fell short. WWE made it seem like a very big match, and it certainly felt that. The hype for the match, the presentation, the time they gave the match, and everything else made it a perfect main event for WWE SmackDown in a long time. Both men showed one more time that they work flawlessly together. Bryan and Reigns were pretty even in terms of momentum throughout the course of the match. Bryan worked on Reigns' right arm, weakening it for the yes lock. In fact, Bryan had Reigns in the yes lock for a while, but the head of the table fought out of it. After fighting out of the yes lock, Roman Reigns hit Bryan with several forearm shots, and slammed him twice before going in for the guillotine choke. However, Daniel Bryan blocked it by holding onto Roman's arm. Sadly for Bryan, Reigns was a one-step ahead, and switched arms to lock in the guillotine choke. Daniel Bryan did not submit to Roman Reigns, but he passed out to the guillotine choke like many have in the past few months, including Drew McIntyre. This loss means the American Dragon will not be on the blue brand moving forward. But it's interesting to note, he won't be on the blue brand. He can very well appear on the red or even the black and gold brand, right? What's next for the leader of the Yes Movement? WWE wrote Daniel Bryan off TV with a perfect ending this week on SmackDown. It's certain he won't come back to SmackDown, but where will go then? Well, luckily for Bryan, the stipulation was only for him to leave SmackDown. In that case, he could very well appear on Raw or NXT. Daniel Bryan has not wrestled on Raw in over 2 years now. In 2019, he wrestled 3 matches for the Red brand, but even then, he was a member of the SmackDown roster. It would be really refreshing to have Bryan return to Raw, and ignite some new feuds going forward. Another possibility is NXT. Why NXT? Well, as per Dave Meltzer of the Wrestling Observer newsletter, Bryan could go to NXT to have his style of matches against the people he can pull off those matches with. Let's see what happens. However, we feel he'll take a hiatus for a few months before any appearance. Personally, I say, thanks for watching. If you liked the video, please hit the like button. If you want to see more videos, hit the subscribe button, and if you have something to say, please leave a comment.
Oh, let me up with a bright smile on now. Put me in the dark, so won't get lost now. To the moonlight.